Good morning. It is Tuesday, almost said it, Tuesday, May 28th. We're 90 days out from August 26th, closing in on Labor Day. Just past Memorial Day, already closing in on Labor Day. The 90-day window holds true. It always will. I know you don't love it. We're going to talk about it always to remind you that whatever you're doing today is going to be the possibility of a closing table and some revenue 90 days out. So you're looking at the end of August right now, August 26th. We're in the DTD2, do the database 2. We stay in that to keep us out of call bias. So we're moving through our entire phone each quarter, and with 13 weeks in each quarter and 2 letters per week, 2, 13, 20, still 26 letters in the alphabet. So we're holding strong there. The DTD2 is calling your S and your U's. Call the S's and the U's. The Sullivans and the Urquharts. Wasn't it a little Urquhart last name that I have in my life? It is. Yeah, there's an Urquhart in our life. And then texting it looks like a 0 if you're sound asleep or if you're troubled from the weekend, but it's an O. Calling your O's. Call the O'Callahans. So calling your S's and your U's, texting your O's, and that's your DTD2 for your 90-day window going out to August 26th. We're in the midst of it. We are in the quick start, and every once in a while somebody will reach out to me and be like, hey, I was looking at the menu of the day, the morning news, and I noticed that there's always a hash brown. I call them hash browns. There's always a hashtag that is after the quick start, and it doesn't change. It'll be the same one all year. Last year it was Gretorious, which I think 5.5 people asked me about, which is fine. It's there if you're curious. And this year it says burn the boats, hashtag burn the boats. And leading into the summertime, I don't want that to come across as macabre or violent or dark. The burn the boats theory, which I presume a lot of us might know about, and if you don't, here we go. Burning the boats, the mentality behind the burning the boats is we have arrived, we have landed, we will conquer, right? There's no way back. The only way through, the only way to is through, and then we're going to get this done. So we when you land and you know that you're landing to be successful and to conquer, you burn the boats. You give yourself no other option. We talk about this all the time with the word decision, right? Our job as salespeople is to help people decide, to help our clients, consumers, our friends, people in our life that are coming to us for help. Our job as salespeople is to really make sure they understand the lay of the land in real estate. Above and beyond that, we want to make sure that they understand all their options. They have all the information. They have all the market data. And that allows them to make the decision, as Gary would say, the decision that is appropriate for them at the time, right? It's got to be appropriate for them and their loved ones. It has to make sense for them, whether they're going to buy, sell, invest, or maybe even join real estate. Those are the conversations we're having every day. So our job as salespeople, excuse me, is not to sell. Our job as salespeople is really to help them gather all the data and then use our historical data that we have in the industry and with the trends and with the clients we've worked with, so we can have a conversation with them, say, completely understand how you feel. We've had other people that have felt the same way, and here's what we found, right? So we use empathy, authenticity, and logic to walk them through that conversation. So burn the boats is really about making sure that we've decided as business owners that we are going to burn the boats. We are here. We will conquer. We will win. There's no turning back. We're staying here. That's what that's all about. I appreciate the person who asked me last weekend, or not last weekend, but last Thursday. The question came up. So I don't just throw random hash browns out there at you for no apparent reason. That's going to be there all year. And then I'll change it in 2025. We'll see. Maybe you'll say rebuild the boats because we're leaving. But we're not leaving. We're just going to forge forward. That's all. Forage. That'll be on a quiz later. We're into it for Fight Club. It is a Tuesday. I know you're screwed up. You're like, what's happening? Can't feel my eyes. It's Tuesday. You had a great weekend. I trust you did. You saw family. We gave thanks to the people that made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And now we're back. Now we get back to work. And this is the challenge we run into all the time. And if you're still vacating with your family, by all means, go do be. If you're waking up and the only thing on your calendar was to come back into the space and kick ass and take names, let's go. Let's go. That's why we do this. This is why we have the morning news hit at 7:14 to remind you what's going on. I come on at 8:29 to remind you what's ahead of us. And the challenge we run into as independent contractors, as business people that run our own businesses, right? And we say this all the time. It's being in business for yourself, managing yourself, being your own boss. Being in real estate, the coolest thing is that you're in charge. And the worst thing is that you're in charge, because sometimes we're not great managers. We might be great thinkers. We might be great builders. We might be able to cast a wonderful vision for the future. And sometimes we fail with the implementation, right? Our job is to help each other make sure we're putting together that strategy and marrying it to execution. And no matter what that feels like to you today, that's about just getting back on the horse, getting back to work today. So if you're due to get back to work today, let's go. Let's get back to work. If you're still taking today, if you're traveling home today, love it. If you're off all week with the family, love it. Our challenge in real estate is sometimes we take that Thanksgiving weekend, which is, we start Wednesday at 12 on Pi Day, which will be here in 12 minutes, by the way. I'm giving you a heads up. And then before you know it, we're coming back into the office. But when that Monday after Thanksgiving hits, if you're getting back to work, we need to get back to work. And if today's your day to get back to work, let's do that. We're creating a space for you to have your conversations, to do your handwritten notes, to shove your letters into envelopes at 9 o'clock. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 o'clock, KWFightClub.com. No injuries yet, no arrests yet. It's just a space for us to get together. And we call it Fight Club because it's the hard thing. We want to do hard things together. People don't want to feel like they're alone when they're doing the most difficult things. This is why people join gyms. This is why people like to go, and if somebody's going to run, will you run with me? Right? It's about accountability. So if you join us at KW Fight Club 9 to 11, Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's going to be some other people in there. And they're going to be as timid as you, as concerned as you, as unwilling as you sometimes. Because coming off a holiday weekend, Tuesday at 9 o'clock, the last thing you want to do is be like, I can't wait to make some calls. Yet we know that's going to be the kerosene for the fire that gets us back into momentum, back into business, and in touch with the people who truly need to hear from us. Michael Mayer, I know I say this all the time, Michael Mayer, 7 levels of communication. Today, somewhere in your city, someone is looking for help, and it is our job to find them. Who's looking for you today? How will you show up for them? That's 9 to 11. At 11 o'clock, the link is in the morning news for the Zoom with the great Matthew Erdman. He's coming up. He'll be here at the end of July. He's coming up August 1st. He's delivering agent financials. You can get a taste of Matthew Erdman every Tuesday at 11 o'clock with the Wealthy Agent webinar. That'll be at 11 a.m. today. The link for that is in the morning news for the Zoom to find Matthew Erdman for the Wealthy Agent webinar. And then right on the heels of that, we've got lunch for you. We've got Adam Dow for you. And we've got some Q&A on the backside for you. It is 12 o'clock start here in Portsmouth, in person, with lunch, with Adam, breaking into luxury. He's got tons of information for you, and he's going to have a very candid conversation with you. He's very transparent about everything that he's doing. He's willing to share all of his tools, all of his knowledge. So I encourage you to bring your Remarkable and charge her up, or bring a notebook, at least bring an open mind and make yourself available. We've got lunch delivered by our dear friends at Movement Mortgage. Adam Dow is going to be here from 12 to 2:30, and he's going to save some room on the backside to answer some questions. A wealth of knowledge and a phenomenal agent and a great part of our community. Adam Dow, 12 to 2:30 today. So we'll see you there for that. Above and beyond that, I can't encourage you enough to understand that we are only a month out now, right? So we're looking at the month of June. We have so much good stuff coming up in the month of June in the calendar. There's some great CEUs coming to our market center. We've got business planning clinic coming up at the end of the month, and that's what I really want to focus on. Not to mention all the other classes you'll see on the calendar. There's a lot of stuff. We're wrapping up Ignite. Ignite starts again tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and Ignite goes straight through June 17th. As we get to the end of June, Thursday, June 27th, we're going to do our third. We've been doing this 3 or 4 years, maybe our fourth halftime business planning clinic. And the reason we do a halftime business planning clinic, the challenge is people get together in the fall, and I appreciate this. For those of you that join us in the fall for the business planning clinics, we historically do 4. So there'll be one in Portsmouth in September, usually. Then we go to Meredith in October. We go to North Conway in November. And then we do York in December. So there's 4 opportunities to jump into the class. We, over the course of a day, go through all of the models in the business planning clinic. In the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, I apologize. That's really the meat on the bone for the day. And we have opportunity for you to bring your numbers from the year prior. If you're a freshman, bring your zeros, because zeros are still numbers. And we start to talk about what we're tracking. We go through all of the models, the economic model, the lead gen model, the budget model, the organizational model. We will touch on expansion as well. People take great notes. People have great conversations. And the challenge is those notes get put away. That page in your Remarkable, you never skate back to that. And then maybe some of the grand plans that you were putting in place or some of the activities that you were going to start to execute don't get onto your calendar. And then we get to Memorial Day weekend. You're coming back in today, May 28th. We're less than 30 days away from the halftime business planning clinic, which we put on the calendar to remind all of us, you made great plans back on December 31st. Where do you stand? Now, as your coach and as your friend said with love, I know most of us are trailing behind our goals. And I don't say that to be Judgeosaurus Rex. I say that because I know that most of you set lofty goals. Big, hairy, audacious goals, which is the right thing to do. We want it to be challenging. We want to have it drag you out of your comfort zone. If the goal that you set, you trail all year and you miss it by just that much, you still outskated the other goal that you might have had when you walked into class. So let's treat the end of June, the business planning clinic, the halftime business planning clinic, as an opportunity to sort of get your bearings, orientate yourself again and be like, okay, this is where I'm going. This was the plan that I was on. I got a little off track. If you can join us for the whole day, great. If you can make it for most of the day, great. If it helps you get back on track, even better. The sign up for that will be coming. Just know that it's Thursday, June 27th here in Portsmouth. Let's not let the year get away, because don't forget, right now we're talking about the end of August. When we get to the business planning clinic, you're going to come back into the building on the other side of that. That's Thursday, June 27th. The following week is the 4th of July. We always do it the Thursday before the 4th of July. Following week is going to be the 4th of July. So people are going to be in a fog and on vacation, and I understand, until we get back in here the week after that. And at that point, on July 1st, July, August, September, you're now talking about Columbus Day weekend goals. You're talking about the first weekend in October when you start chipping away at the first weekend in July. All things we don't want to discuss. And I'm not here to slash your tires. I'm here to hopefully pump up your tires and get you back in the headspace that the holiday weekend is over. The unofficial summer is here. It's unofficially Summah. Well, it's here. And Summah, just like everything else, is wicked expensive. You've got things that you want to do with your family. You've got time you want to spend with your loved ones. You want to be able to take time off. And here's our challenge. Sometimes when we get up against it in our business, we feel that we don't have the time or the money to step away or to do anything. Getting back into business today empowers you to do both. The currency of affection is time. So if you want to show the people that you love, that you care, create the gap that you have the time to step away by working really well in your business right now. If I can help with this, let me know. It is 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. We'll see you in and around the internet. And the Market Center, we'll see you here at noontime for Adam Dow, Breaking into Luxury. Have a great day.